Hi, it's Gretchen Gordon from Braveheart Sales Performance with another sales success snippet. And the last couple weeks, we've talked about how to target and then set a plan to go after your targeted prospects. But something that I think we need to bring up is the fact that a lot of people are are concerned about if they're going to pick up the phone, what the other person's going to say. They're concerned about what they're going to say. So, we call this a need for approval when we're too concerned about what the other person might be thinking about us, either because we're concerned we're going to come across as too salesy, or we're concerned that we're going to upset the other party, or they're just going to say no to us, and we don't want that. So I want to dive into this a little bit deeper. I've spoken about this before, but every great plan can be created. You can have goals, but if you don't do the work, you won't be able to execute. And sometimes people are paralyzed by fear, and it's frequently a fear that is unnecessary, but it still causes us to react in an emotional way. So if you find yourself having a tendency to prepare to make prospecting calls, for instance, and you put it off and you put it off and you put it off, it might be that you just, don't like making prospecting calls, but typically there is an underlying reason why. And frequently it's the fear of rejection, which is closely tied to a need for approval. So I've just got a quick tip for you. Now, if you don't have any problems with this, maybe listen so that you can be empathetic, a little bit more empathetic than you might otherwise be, or you can just shut me off and stay tuned to the next one. But I know that nearly 60% of salespeople today have some form of a need for approval, which might prevent them from putting themselves out there as much as they could, might prevent them from asking the next logical question because of the fear that they're going to upset the other party. So if you recognize this at all, I'd like you to make a list of sayings that you can use to get you to say things that you think are uncomfortable. So if you're prospecting, you're on the phone and you're not sure if the other person's going to pick up, and lo and behold, they pick up, have some throwaway lines like, "I know you weren't sitting there waiting for me to call you, but since I've got you on the phone, do you mind if if we talk about why I called?" So, but just by saying that entry line, "I know you weren't sitting there waiting for me," it releases your stress and allows you to say what you need to say. So sometimes it really prevents us, it paralyzes us from doing what we need to do to be successful, that outsized need for approval. So write down some lines that you can say that will put the other party at ease and put you at ease so that you can then move forward and make your prospecting calls. So until next time, I'm Gretchen Gordon from Braveheart Sales, and be well.